Hello and welcome to today's video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Nicola Melinda, and let me just say it has been a hot minute since I have posted here on the YouTube, but I am so excited to be back and sharing more content with you related to ClickUp and helping you to enhance your operations inside of ClickUp. If you have been on my channel, if you have been a subscriber for a while, you might notice some changes are coming. We are going to be focusing much more on ClickUp going forward, and definitely subscribe if this is for you. And for those of you who are new, a warm welcome. If you haven't yet started to dive into ClickUp and look at what it can do, this is a perfect video for you to get started. I am going to do a walkthrough of ClickUp for 2023. It's a new year. We are building out new systems. We are doing new things in our businesses, and so this video is here at the right time. So definitely grab a drink, make sure you settle in. This is going to be a great walkthrough video for you. And if you are looking for support to get your ClickUp set up and ready for you to use for the rest of this year, then click the link below. I'm going to leave the link in the description for you to book a call with me, and we can talk through what your needs are. My team offer done for you setups, and we love to help our clients get organized and automated, and ClickUp is by far our most favorite platform to work in. So click the link in the description if you want to talk to us more about that. Now let's dive into today's video. So this walkthrough is going to be a refresh of my ClickUp for Beginners video. So if you have seen that before, this is really that, but just a refresh version. But I'm going to just walk you through some of the key areas to help you get started and understand some of the main features inside of ClickUp. We're not going to go too depth in terms of how to necessarily use them, but I'm going to show you where they are, what they are, and just how beneficial they can be to you using ClickUp. So first things first is, for this video, you are seeing inside of my own ClickUp space. Currently on the screen, this is a templated project plan that I have for projects that I do inside of ClickUp. So just to walk you through, ClickUp has a hierarchy in how it structures the workspace. So the workspace is your overall account, and so that is where everything is saved within your own workspace. So if you open a new account, or if someone invites you into another ClickUp account, you will actually see that down below. So at the bottom of the screen here, I'll just move my picture out of the way. So at the bottom of the screen here, if I click this arrow, it will tell me how many ClickUp accounts I actually have access to. So I have access to my main agency account, but also another account, which is actually my test account, called Your Workspace. And so if I'm added to anyone else's ClickUp, it will show down below. So these are all the workspaces I have access to. So the next part of the hierarchy is actually the ClickUp spaces. Now, ClickUp operates based on spaces, and I like to liken spaces as if they are departments. So if you have a sales department, a marketing department, perhaps a PMO, or your client space, this is how we start to separate out the work inside of ClickUp. So when you are getting started and thinking about how do I structure my ClickUp, I definitely recommend thinking about things in your business from a departmental point of view. In my case, I have split things up into three main areas. So I have SHHQ, which is my agency systems house. So HQ is basically the headquarters, and so I'm currently housing all of my main areas of the business, or back end areas of my business, in this one space. So anything for myself to do with CEO goals, strategic planning. I do also have my folders here for HR, finance, marketing, operations, sales, and other programs and products in this space as well. Now this is mainly predominantly private for myself, and that works quite well in how I'm currently working in my business. For others, depending on the size and scale of your business and your teams, some of these folders might actually become spaces, and it really depends on your structure. So everyone's structure is different. In my case, it works well to keep these particular functions as folders. However, you could use these functions as spaces as well. So the next area that you'll see is that I have a client space, and again, I list out all of my clients in separate folders. I'm not going to expand that just yet, purely because there is some confidential information that I'm not trying to put out there. But my client space is structured based on folders and then lists inside of those folders. So for the ClickUp hierarchy, that is really the structure. I also have a team space, which is for my team, and they can have their own folders, and we can manage everything internally as a team inside of that space. So inside of ClickUp, we've looked at the spaces. I'm going to click on my SheTalk system space here, and you'll see that as I click on it, it actually opens up some folders. So I've mentioned the folders a little bit. These are the next step down in the hierarchy inside of ClickUp. So you have spaces at the top, and then folders are next, and then inside folders you have lists. So all of your tasks are actually housed inside of the lists, and these are your lists here. Now the only difference is that lists can sit inside of folders, but lists can also sit inside of the space itself. But you cannot have subfolders inside of the folders. So I can't create another folder inside of this particular folder here, but I can add a list inside of the space, and that doesn't have to be attached to a specific folder. So that is the only difference. Also, tasks can only be housed inside of the lists inside of ClickUp. So that's just an explanation on how the hierarchy works. So when you are starting to think about building out your workspace, definitely think, should this be a folder? Should this be a space? If it is a space that's going to have a high level of work, for example, clients, that is an excellent example. If you have a few different clients that you are working with, it's best to, I would recommend to have folders for your clients and then have a client space, as opposed to having lots of different client spaces. That can get more confusing. Inside of ClickUp, you can definitely get away, majority of businesses can get away with a client space, folders for each client, and then all the relevant lists that they need inside of that client folder. And that works really well. So let's look at actually creating a list. So inside of ClickUp, you can, to create a list or a folder, when you click on either side of the space or the folder, you'll see that you've got a plus icon, and this is where you can start to create folders, lists, and docs. Now, another feature that you'll see has popped up when I hover over this is documents. So docs can actually be created as like a list inside of ClickUp, but you can also create document views inside of ClickUp as well. But for this example, we're going to go through creating a list inside of ClickUp. So I'm just going to create a list in my SheTalk system space. So it's the first option that we have at the top here. So if I just click on list, it's going to ask me to create a name for that list. So I'm just going to pop a name in here. We'll just call it new list for now and hit create list. Okay, so the great thing about ClickUp is that you can basically start your list with a blank slate, and you can really turn this into anything that you want it to be. Now, I have created lists that's helped me support my client pipeline, Now, I have created lists that help me support my sales pipeline, marketing workflows, client tasks, project plans. The list is endless. There are so many use cases. So I would highly recommend sitting down and mapping out what your use case would be if you are starting to build out new lists. But this is going to be just a quick walkthrough so you can see exactly how it can work for yourself in ClickUp. At the top is that it's asking you what statuses should be attached to this particular list. Should we start from scratch, or should we inherit the statuses that we have from the SheTalk system space? In this case, I'm just going to hit apply, and it's just going to carry over the same statuses that I have in every list. So I'm going to click apply, and you can see here that I have a status in place, which is to do. Now, with each list that you have lots of different options. So at the top, first of all, you have your different views, which are here. Now, ClickUp views are great for allowing you to really customize how you see your tasks and how you view your project. So the list is the most, I would say, the basic view, but you also have options for the Kanban board if you like that view. Calendar view as well is a great way to see dates on your calendar, tasks on your calendar. Gantt chart and timeline views are very similar, but they work in their own succinct ways. Then you've got team view, which is basically allowing you to monitor what people are doing, the workload, what's going on. Then you've got your table view, which is a little bit like creating your own sort of Excel view, but seeing your tasks more in an organized table view. So if you like that. Mind mapping is a great way for you to actually start doing more free open mind mapping, brain dumping ideas and planning out more of your processes or projects. Perhaps you've got products that you're launching, you can start mind mapping out those features. Then you've got a workload view, which allows you to help with your team capacity, figuring out who is available to work on particular tasks and upcoming projects. So this is a great view for project managers. Your activity view allows you to see exactly what is happening across this specific location. So this again gives you all of the activity of what's in progress, what's happening, what's on track throughout your list as well. The map view is to just help you see where your tasks are actually, if they are mapped to a location, then you'll be able to see where they are on the actual map. These are the task views. So they are views that allow you to see your tasks in different ways. And so ClickUp splits that up for you. The next is the page view. So page views are a little bit different. So you have your whiteboard, which is a new feature that came out not too long ago at the last ClickUp conference. And so this is a great view for helping you to collaborate, to put down sticky notes, brain dump ideas, connect tasks, mind map, create process flow charts. You can really do whatever you want. This is a very collaborative tool. The next is your document view. So this is where you can start to build out more documents inside of ClickUp if you want to create user guides, SOPs, wikis, team guides, whatever you'd want to use this view for, meeting agendas, the list goes on. There are so many use cases for using the ClickUp Docs. Personally, this is not a replacement for Google Docs. If you do use Google Docs, I still use both, but I have reasons for using the ClickUp documents. For example, client strategy notes, I will keep them in a ClickUp document because it means that it's attached to the client project, and it's a lot easier for us to update as a team. And I can create tasks directly from that particular document straight into the client's project plan. So I like to do that as an example. And the same if you're doing team meetings, you can put down your action points and create tasks directly from the document straight into the list. Chat view is another page view that we have, so you can have conversations in real time with your team using the chat view. Then the embed view is another view that I do like to use quite a bit. You can start to embed external apps, external pages or views into your ClickUp. So Airtable is one that I use quite a lot. It's another platform that I use. So you can embed Airtable into this. If you use forms for clients, so intake forms in other platforms, you can also embed perhaps completed forms. So Dubsado, I would embed Dubsado forms into ClickUp. You can also connect from Google Sheets. So Google Sheets, Docs, your calendar. There are a few different options here. So as long as you have an embed URL or a HTML code, you can embed into ClickUp, and it will let you know if that is going to work or not. The next view is the form view, and this is another popular view inside of ClickUp. So I will do another video later down the line to walk through how to use the forms in ClickUp. But this is another view for you to actually use. You can use this on your website or for intake forms, application forms, different use cases, but it brings the tasks and the information directly into ClickUp for you. So that's just a quick walkthrough of the views inside of the ClickUp task, and as you can see, you've got lots of options there. So the next is that we have at the top is just allowing you to organize how you view your tasks, and also looking at how you see your subtasks as well, and who you want to see or what tasks you want to see, whether you want to see tasks that are assigned to specific people. If you just want to see tasks that are assigned to yourself, you can switch on me mode, which is a great feature, but me mode will follow you everywhere throughout ClickUp, so definitely bear that in mind. Filter your tasks is another great way for you to actually just filter the information, and allows you to see what type of specific information based on what you have in this list. So once you've got your list, the next thing you're going to want to do is start dumping in tasks. So what I want to do is show you a couple of ways of how you can do that inside of ClickUp. The first is down below, you have a big orange button, which is your task button. Now you can click on this and it will pull up a task card to help you create your ClickUp task. So you can create any task that you need, new task. Now, depends on the list of where you are in ClickUp, that task will go into that specific list. So it's going to, by default, go into my new list, but I can choose to change the location here if I want to. I'll just have to click on that search, and then I can search for the list that I want to put that task into. Now, I can also assign that to myself or to other people. I can add in a description if I want, and I can also add in subtasks as well, or checklist items into ClickUp. And so you can start to build out your task card in this section. Now, if you have templates that you want to use as well, you might want to apply a template. If that's the case, then you'll just click on the wand below and then it will pull up all of your task templates, and you could literally just select any task template that you want to use. And also in this area, you can assign your due dates, you can assign your tags, your priorities to the task, and then you can choose to create your task. Once you create the task, then that task will sit within the list, and ClickUp will do its thing and it will pull it straight up. Down below, I've got the option to open that task, or I can copy the URL if I want to share it externally, or I can open it straight away. You'll see that there's a middle option which says tray, which is another great feature inside of ClickUp. So once you have tasks open, you can then minimize them so that they sit down below in your tray. And that just means that you don't have to worry about losing your tasks. Everything that you're using or currently working on can stay open, and you can always refer back to it. So this is inside of the task card yourself. You can see we've got the description section on the left-hand side of the screen. We've got the title of the task here, we've got subtasks, checklists, and our description here as well. And then on the right hand side of the screen, we have a space where we can add comments or commands for leaving updates on our task or connecting with people as well. So when it comes to communicating inside of ClickUp, you can definitely start tagging your team members. So the way you can do that is just literally pulling that up, clicking at, and then you can just select the person you want to speak to and write your message out. So if I want to leave a comment for my team member, I can just say, hey, check this out. And then I can literally place a comment here. Now, what will happen is that will notify my team member, sorry, Beth, it will notify her that I am actually assigning or commenting for her attention. And I can edit the comments, I can assign it to her. I can also actually delete that task, delete that comment down. And then what I can also do is in ClickUp, the comments turn into threads. So if she were to reply, she could just click reply here, and that would start a thread inside of this particular task. So that is actually a really cool way to manage communications inside of your task. So I will just delete this comment down so that she doesn't think, what on earth am I looking at? Next, on the description side of things, this is where you can really start to build out the task, given descriptions on what the work is, what the task is about. If I hit / the command key, it's going to pull up some options here. So it's rich text formatted, which means that the same way that you can edit a Word document or a Google document, you have all of those same options inside of the ClickUp description. So we have lots of menu options here down below. And again, we can embed documents, we can assign tasks within a task. So there's another feature for you. We can add encoding, links, hyperlinks. We can actually highlight text, make text different color. We can add columns, tables, and so much more details in here. So you can really start to build out your tasks. The task cards also have their own options as well, so menu options. So we can actually convert this task to a list if we wanted to. So I can click on convert and change that to a list, or I can convert it to a subtask. So I can actually put it under a task, a main parent task. I can duplicate it. I can send an email to that task. I can merge it with other tasks. So if I've got duplications, I can move it to different lists as well. And then we have down below relationships, and relationships are where we can start to either link tasks together, or we can set dependencies with other tasks, and we can also connect documents to a task. So if we have a specific process document that is related to this task, I can connect it as a relationship, and so it will sit within this area. So the relationships will sit inside of the task card, and down below you'll see that come up. You'll see that come up in this section where you've got to do, subtasks, checklist. You will also see relationships pop up when you start to use those. So just there's a really quick whiz through of the ClickUp tasks for you there. And once you have a new task in place, you're able to also assign it on the main list view as well. So again, you don't have to have the task card open, but you can just assign your tasks out and you can set your due dates. Now, the next features that I will share is the custom fields. So this is where you will start to go a little bit deeper into using ClickUp. Once you've got to grips with the lists, creating folders, using tasks, then you might start to incorporate some of the custom fields. And so you'll click on this plus arrow, and this will pull up lots of different options for your custom fields. Now, depending on the price plan that you are on, you may have limited access to custom fields. But if you are on like the business plan or more, then you should have unlimited access to custom fields in your ClickUp. So what you'll see down here below is, or here we've got two options. So we've got show and hide, which will show all of the available custom fields that you have currently in this list. So a lot of these are standard custom fields. They are already here, inbuilt by ClickUp. So I could start to add in perhaps linked documents, or the date that it's done, or date that it's updated. These are good custom fields if you're trying to keep track of your tasks and the updates. You might also want to add in your status or start date. So you can see as I'm selecting custom fields, it is building out the list view even more. It's almost building out its own dashboard view and pulling everything in at the top. And then you can see here all of the fields that are currently on show are ticked above. So we can see what custom fields are actually showing. So if you know that you have custom fields already created and they're not showing in a particular list, this is the first place to check. And then you can also head over to your custom fields library, which I'll come to in a moment. The next column is new. So these are all the new custom fields that you might want to create for this particular list. So you have lots of different options here. We've got drop down options, text field, which is more of a short sentence field, a long text area to add in a lot more information, date fields, number fields, even a formula view. So you can start to build out, formula based lists and tasks, which are really, really great for more in-depth project management. You've got money, so currency views. So these are great views for like building out your sales pipeline or process, location, labels, rating. So lots of different options there that you can play around with. But if we click on the button use field from library down below, what this does is it pulls up all of your existing custom fields. So this is going to show me all of the fields that I have created and are currently in use inside of my platform. So you can see here next to each area that is telling me how many of these type of fields I already have. So I can search for a field. Another example. So referral source. So this is a good example. So I can see that I have a field in my ClickUp already called referral source, and it's already been used in 3 spaces. So I can click on that and it's going to help me to see what spaces that field is being used. So sales pipeline, pipeline tracker, and my sales CRM pipeline. So I've got 3 places where this field is being used inside of ClickUp. So I can choose to manage this area, so I can remove from the location, or I can actually use this particular custom field in this current list location, and it's going to pull through the same field options, which is great. So I can use this field in this area, and I can also edit it as well. So that's just an example of how you can use the custom fields. Now, these are great because as you start to utilize the custom fields more and you start to use your list views in ClickUp, you can start to decide, well, what type of custom fields do you want to see on your list view, on your Kanban board view, on your calendar view, for example, or your timeline view. So So another area that we've touched on just a little bit is the templates inside of ClickUp, but I will dive a bit deeper into this because for 2023, you will be making use of all the templates inside of ClickUp. So if I hover over the task, the three dots, and just to note you guys, that three dots will follow you everywhere inside of ClickUp. This is how you find your menu. So the template center is where all of the templates are housed. So to create a new template, if I click on the template center, I can literally save this task down as a template. I'm not going to do that in this video as there's nothing there, but I can save this task as a template. And if I do, it's going to pull up a card that is going to help me name that template, decide what is going to be imported within that template, whether I'm going to import automations, whether I'm going to import assignees. I can really customize what is pulled into the template. And I can also make it public for sharing. So if you want to share templates with your clients or for anything else, then you can do that. And you can decide who that template is going to be shared with. So this is how you can do that, and you can create a template name, add a description, and then you can definitely add in some tags. But also if we go back into the template center, we'll just click on browse templates and a minute. And then what it's going to do is pull up all of the templates inside of your setup. So if you have templates already, they will be seen within the template center. And so at the top, you'll see that you've got templates for Systems House. I can see I've got 83 templates that have been created. And then you've got the ClickUp template community. So these are templates that have been created by the ClickUp community, and they are also available to all of you to use. So I can toggle on the type of templates I want to look at. Now, because I've opened up the template from the task, it's only showing me task templates that are available, but I can click on list and folder, and it will pull up templates for my list and for my folders as well. You can see here we've got all of our templates in place, and I can literally either scroll through to see what do we have, what's inside of my workspace, but I can also just click on the search bar and just search for a particular template that I'm trying to find and that I want to use as well. So the template center is a really great area for you to utilize. And one recommendation that I have, you can see here, is have your own template space. So I have a space called SH Templates, and this is where I store all of my agency specific templates. And these are what I would call the master templates stored within my ClickUp. And the reason being is that it's a lot easier for you to manage your templates when you have a space already created for them. So you can save all of your templates down, and then every time you need to make an update to that template, you can simply come back into that section, make the update, and then update in your template center. And it just keeps everything organized and makes sure that you don't end up having templates that are not correct, or you're trying to update a live working template or live working folder or list, and then you're thinking, I need to now go back and remake the template. You don't need to do that. Instead, I have all of my templates already here, and then I can always go back and just update this as needed. And this is a really great thing that I encourage my clients to do as well inside of their setups, so they have easy access to the templates and they can always make changes. And just as a side note, you guys, if you are open to using templates and getting started with ClickUp using templates, definitely check out my ClickUp plug and play bundle, which I will link in the description below. And this bundle has everything that you need to get started on a basic level inside of ClickUp to help you with your sales pipeline, your marketing, client folders, CEO business organization. Really will get you started inside of ClickUp. So definitely check that out. So many people have benefited from using the template bundle, and I invite you to get started as well. And the best thing is that you don't have to worry about building out any of these elements that you are seeing. It's already done for you. So coming back to this walkthrough here is definitely build out your own template space, and this will be so much more beneficial for you in ClickUp. So another view that we haven't yet explored in this video is the documents view. So I want to pull up how this can work. So first of all, there are two places for you to find the documents. You can find the documents on the left-hand panel. So down below, you've got your spaces, you've also got dashboards here, and then we have docs. So your documents can be found and located in this section as well. And you'll see that you've got all of the documents that are assigned to you, documents that are shared, and private documents. But you can also create a document view inside of your list as well. So if you are creating a document view, it's going to be attached to that specific list as its location. See here when it opens up is you have a blank document, and really you can start building out whatever type of a document you want to build out. So even if it's just a brain dump page, you can definitely do that. I'm just going to label this new doc. At the top here, we've got some options here. So we can add comments. Relationships is what we mentioned earlier in this video, where we can actually connect our documents back to the task. So that's how you can do that. You can add icons, so emojis and all of the fun stuff you can do. You can even add a cover banner as well inside of your documents. So you can do that inside of your ClickUp. I'll just select a color for now, but you can really start to build out a good solid document. And then on the right hand side, you've got your menu. So if you expand the right sidebar, what you'll see is you've got lots of different options to help you build out your document. So you've got different font options you can choose from. We've got elements where we can add in the author of the document, when it was updated. We can add a sticky note of table of content here. Again, we've got the relationships and references, so that could be for this current page or for the entire document. So where it's saying about the page is that on the left hand side here, this is where we can start to add additional pages to our document, so we can start to build this out. So you have one page, but then you can attach sub pages to that particular doc. So in this instance, I can create a new page. What I've done here is I've created a new page, and if I want this to be a sub page, I can literally just move this and place it under the new doc as a sub page. So it's allowing us to build out this doc. So this sub page is now attached to the new doc, and so I can continue to add more pages just by clicking on the orange arrow that I'm just by clicking on the orange cross here, and I can add in a new sub page, or I can create a new page separate to that as well. So if you are managing multiple docs, and perhaps you've got main topics and then you've got subtopics, then you can continue to do that, and you can nest as many pages into your docs as you need to. So the next feature that I will show you in this video are the dashboards. On the left hand side menu, you've got your dashboards, and this is another great feature inside of ClickUp that I highly recommend utilizing. This will help you so much. So I have, you can see here, a couple of options, So I have a few different examples of dashboards inside of my ClickUp. I've got a dashboard for signature setups. This is for our client signature setup. So we can click on that as an example. You might have seen this before in a previous video, so it looks very, very much the same. But this is a dashboard that I will share with my clients when we are working with them on their project. And then just to walk through some of the other examples we have, I have a marketing tracking dashboard, sales tracking dashboard, and also a dashboard for managing my YouTube channel. This is an example of a dashboard that I have used in previous videos. We've updated the banner, just giving it a bit of a refresh. But as you can see, the banner is pieced together using the widgets inside of the dashboards. So we've got widgets at the top, and you can add a widget in. We've got lots of different examples, text widgets, task lists that you can pull in, text blocks, which are great, chat widgets, and then you can start to really customize how you want to see information being pulled into your ClickUp. So for example, we can pull in charts. So we've got line charts, bar charts, pie charts. So these are all great ways if you're trying to build out a reporting dashboard. Perhaps if you want to see what's going on with your team and their workload and how they're getting on with their tasks, you can build out a dashboard that will support them. So you can view tasks by assignee, tasks that are not completed, and you can have a look based on the statuses as well to see, well, how many tasks are still in progress, or what have been closed, or what is the workload based on the status. So these are some really useful widgets to help you build out more of a reporting or project management dashboard as well. So this is actually my YouTube dashboard. So I'm showing you this as another example of what you can do for internal management. So this is really for my benefit, and it's really helping me to have everything in one place. So you can see at the top here, we've got buttons for my SOPs, how to manage a Facebook group, uploading to YouTube, preparing graphics, marketing, scheduling emails. And then I've got direct links here as well. So these are all links that might be direct to their external links. So email template, YouTube description template, this is my video editor, my YouTube channel. So these are all direct links going out of the platform. Now, my management task lists are tasks that I need to do, and actually the filter is set for tasks that need to be done or actioned this week. There are no results because I don't have any due dates for this week, so there's nothing that I need to action off, but if there were tasks, then they would sit within this task widget. Now you can also see that this was refreshed. I've got this on an automatic refresh. So the data that is coming into this dashboard is being refreshed for me every 5 minutes, I believe. Next, if we scroll down, I have pulled in the key statuses of my YouTube workflow. So I've got videos to prep and record. So you can see I've got some videos that are being recorded. I've got other videos where I'm preparing show notes. Any videos that are ready to edit, they will sit within this task section. So I don't have any that are ready to edit just yet. Actually, I may do. This one I can move. So if I update the status of this task, and I say that this is now ready to edit, then my dashboard will, and it should, update automatically. So then you'll see that go into the to edit section. So just to show you guys how that can work. So as I've updated the status of this particular video, it's now in the to edit. So all the videos that are ready to be edited can sit inside of this area. And these are task boxes that I've just filtered the views, and it's making it a lot easier for me to just see what is going on in that particular workflow. So next I've got some more metric based information. So I'm actually pulling in data based on my marketing metrics tracker that I have inside of ClickUp. And so some of the data that is missing is because I haven't filled it in, so that's why it's not there. So my videos that are published year to date, that's how many videos I've published on my channel. My views so far, this is all based on 2022 data. Subscriber growth as well. And then down below, total subscribers, I need to add that in as well. So it's definitely not zero. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's walkthrough of ClickUp. Definitely drop a comment if you enjoyed that, or if you've got any questions. Hit like and subscribe, and make sure that you always are in the know when we drop a new video on the channel. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.